Hey everybody, happy Friday. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. I hope if this is the last day of the work week for you, I hope that the day has started well. My day has been so far so good. I mean, on Friday, if you are new to my channel, you probably already know that on Fridays I work from home. So again, I'm right here at my kitchen table where I work from home. I'm not lucky enough to have a home office. I wish I did, but I don't. So I work from my kitchen table. It allows me to kind of spread out and put all of my work here that I need to do, and just get things done. So I'm lucky enough to be able to work from home because it definitely, as a case manager, allows me to kind of take a break from seeing clients and kind of just make sure I could woosah, because definitely I definitely be needing it by Friday. It allows me to kind of focus on those things that I have to finish up on with my clients, any referrals and things like that, or any phone calls that I have to make, and also to tidy up on my notes. So it's a good day to do that. Also on Fridays, I do check-ins with my clients. They are able to schedule check-ins on my calendar with me. So it's a good time to do that. And then I meet with my supervisor. We have team meetings on Fridays, so it's a good day to do that as well. So this morning, y'all, it's just been a bit crazy for Friday. Usually on Fridays, I like it to be a little bit of a calmer day, but because I'm in the education part where I'm a case manager and we are getting ready to start up a new session of classes. So I'm in the middle of working with new students. Part of that, working with a new group of students, you have to get all their documentation and also schedule testing so that we could see what classes that they would need. So it's a bit stressful for Friday when new sessions are starting up, but it really allows me to see the commitment level of the students that I'm working with, and how serious they are as far as wanting to, you know, complete their education. So that's what we're working on this week, Friday, and that's what my day has been like. So this morning, my schedule has been first, checking emails, and I've got calls that I have to make. So if you can see my computer there, I've got a bunch of calls that I've got to make. So as part of being a case manager, a lot of times you come into the office and you've got voicemails already waiting for you. So there's calls that you have to return. Either it's from your clients or it's from other providers that you're working with. You might be working with advisors of other colleges or other schools. You might be working with a medical facility who may be waiting for documentation for immunization, things like that. So it can be a lot of phone calls and a lot of follow up as a case manager. So if you are somebody that's wanting to be a case manager, a big part of your day is going to be making phone calls, making referrals, meeting with your clients, just doing the work that you're doing so that you can help your clients. If you are a education case manager, you are helping your clients take the classes that they need, but also qualify to go into the schools that they want to go into. So Some schools have requirements as far as like a high school diploma, or they have requirements for like financial aid. You need a social security number. If your parents are working, you need to have their financial information. So those are things as case managers we work with the students to have ready so that when they get ready to go to the next secondary school level that they would like, higher education or trade school, that transition is easier for them. So that's our job, to kind of help them prepare, to talk about, all right, well, this is what you want to do, this is what you're going to need. So that's our job, to help get them ready and to make that transition a little bit smoother. Also, our job is to, if they are beginning that process before they have their education, it's also our job to help them get that documentation if they don't have it. So say, for example, they don't have a social security card. It's our job to help them locate where they can go to get one so that they can get those documents that they need, because very likely they're going to need a social security card and a number to get a job. So those are things as a case manager you want to help your clients have, to make sure that not just for today, that they're going to be okay in the future, so that if they should ever need it, they're going to have it. So those are things that we as case managers help our clients do. So let's talk about a little bit about when you first meet your client and assessments. We as case managers, we do assessments. We do initial assessments. That is when you first meet your client. That usually is the longest time that you spend with your client, is the first one. And that is when you are just getting to know them. You find out a little bit of history about your client, like what challenges they're having if they can't get in school because they lost their social security card, or they lost their birth certificate, or even their housing is not stable. Those are the times that you're going to find out mostly what's happening with your client. Sometimes you'll find out half of what's happening with your client, and it's very, very common, because sometimes it's hard for somebody to open up to somebody that they don't even know. So it's very likely that they'll tell you a little bit about them and what they want you to know, and then as you continue working with them, then you learn a little bit more as the trust builds. So that is the initial assessment. Generally, that is when you find out, like, health wise, document wise, their housing situation, their family life. So you want to make sure you make a note of all those things, because when you do your next assessment, which will be your progress assessment, you'll see how they have grown or either have taken a step back when you do your next assessment. So that is the kind of assessments that we do with our clients, and it helps us to kind of keep our work going forward. It helps us to keep our clients accountable for the things that we talk about and the things that we ask them to do, whether it be apply for your social security card. This is the link, and also send me a copy of your application. This is how we keep our clients accountable, and also we are assisting them in getting the documentation that they need, or whatever it is that their goal is that they want to do. So we're moving forward, but also we are holding them accountable to the things that we work on. So the last type of assessment that you might do as a case manager is your exiting assessment. This is where you're working with a client. You've been working with a client for quite a while, and the client is ready to exit the program or they are graduating. So you're going to have a meeting with the client. You're going to talk about all their progress and things that we've worked on over the time that you guys have worked together, and what is the exiting strategy. What is it that they want to do next? Sometimes it is they want to move. Sometimes they want to go to the military. Sometimes they are getting a new job. So really, it just depends. Every client is different. So once they reach that threshold, you are excited for them because you know how hard they've worked for the progress that they've made in the time with you and all the things that they've done to kind of get to that place. So it's kind of like a mixed feeling when you are exiting somebody, because you know that they are doing well or that you've done all that you can do for this particular client. So it's kind of a mixed, happy, sad occasion. So, but I really enjoy doing all these assessments because it really allows you to work with clients at different ages and and different times of their lives. And so we want to, as a case manager, embrace all those times. And as each client, sometimes you're going to find these assessments, whether it be an issue, it might be progress or exiting, you might find that even though you are meeting them in certain places, sometimes you might meet them at a really bad place in their life, or you may meet them in a really great place in their life. And along the way, sometimes are great, and sometimes things just take a turn for the worse. But just know that the clients that you work with, they really do like the support that you give as a case manager, and they really want the help that we give as case managers, and they really look forward to it. So I really enjoy it, whether it be, a good or bad time in a client's life. We all have good and bad times in our lives. So they are no different. They are really no different. But as long as they know whether their lives are in a good place or in a bad place, they know that they have you there to support them, and that whatever it is, you're going to be there with them along the way. So that's why our job as a case manager is to meet them where they are. Meet them where they are, and it will allow them to flourish in their lives. So I'm going to continue making my phone calls that I'm doing. And today, after that, I have a progress meeting with one of my clients. She actually is doing really well, and we're going to talk about what the next step is for her in classes. She just wrapped up classes in the spring, so we will be discussing what classes are going to look like for her next session and what her goal is going to do. So I really think she's doing really well. Her attendance is great. She's really showing a lot of motivation. So I plan on just really just celebrating her achievements for this semester, and really just having a conversation with her about her commitment and seeing how committed she is in getting her education. Because with education, nobody can do that for you. You have to do it yourself. I mean, as case managers, we can't do that work for them. They have to do it on their own. We can be a cheerleader, we can be a teacher, we can be a support, but we cannot do it for them. They have to do it on their own. So I will be meeting with her today to discuss, how she's feeling about her path and what she's done, and how she's feeling about her hard work, because she really is working hard and she's doing well. So we're going to make a plan on what she's going to do in the fall and what classes she's going to take and what that schedule is going to look like, because she's balancing her home and her schoolwork life. So, just what that's going to look like. So that's what's going to be discussed in my meeting with her. And then I'm going to follow up on some other things with other service providers because I have a couple of other students that are also finishing up. So we need to discuss what is the next step for them. So I'll be doing that. And then lastly, for the end of the week, like I said earlier, documentation. If you don't document what you have discussed and what you've done, all the work that you've done, it's really like you didn't do it. So if you don't document it, you have to document it. So that's what the day is going to be like. It's a crazy Friday, but you know, it definitely makes the day go by faster. So, that's the life and the work of a case manager. So, that's what we do. So, I will keep you guys posted, and hopefully, you guys have a great Friday and a great rest of your day. Yeah. So, if you are interested in being a case manager, this is just a day in the life of what a case manager does. All right, guys. So I will see you next time.